Jones.
Hey, it's Lydia, and welcome to Out of the Fog. Tonight we have an awesome show for you. First, we have Bryan Vaughan, who is the president of the St. John's Association of Basketball Officials. And then we have none other than Luke and Ruth Lawrence talking about their brand new movie. So it's going to be an exciting show for you. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. And welcome back. Today I have with me Bryan Vaughan, who is the president of the St. John's Association of Basketball Officials. So Bryan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Lori. I appreciate it.
Oh, and we've known each other for quite some time, so it's really nice to have you here to talk about something very important today. So tell us about your role as president with the St. John's Basketball Officials and how you got involved.
So I got involved 3 years ago. We had an executive that was moving on. They were retiring from those positions. And a few people approached me saying that I should run for the new president position. I'd be good for it. And they'd like to see me in that role. So I put my name forward and ran against another individual, and I was able to secure the nomination. And since then, I've been in the president role now for 3 years.
Wow, and you've actually been doing this for 20 years, is that correct? Like doing officials and things like that. So you've also had your hands in, the Rogues and the American basketball team as well. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I started officiating when I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my uncle Sean Doyle got me involved. He was a teacher up in Mobile. And he officiated at the time, and he approached me. I played basketball at high school, and he thought that I'd be really good at officiating, that I should go out and give it a shot. So that's what I did. I went out and just started officiating in grade 10, and outside of a couple of years when I moved away for work, I've been officiating ever since. And it's a real passion of mine. I love being involved with it. And as you said, it can lead to some other opportunities as well, which included refereeing in the American Basketball Association for the Rogues' first season. So being able to be a part of that and help that program grow, which is still here today, is fantastic. So that's just one of the many opportunities that this can lead to. Other opportunities for officials would be refereeing at the Seahawks and doing the AUS basketball, which is another fantastic opportunity. It can lead to refereeing at the Canada Games, which we have coming this summer.
That's right.
Or the U15, U17 Nationals, which last year we had the U15 girls here, but we can also travel away and go to different provinces and be able to be selected for that. So lots of different opportunities if you get involved.
And speaking about women getting and girls being more involved in this, so tell us a little bit, last 2 summers you've been very involved with the Women's League as well, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so one of our executive members, our assigner, Matt Burke, he came to us with the idea of wanting to have an all-female officiated tournament in a female tournament. And the idea behind this was to help put into the forefront that female basketball is really popular and that we have a lot of female officials who are involved in the game, but to also drive home the point that we want more female officials and we want more females involved in the game. So Matthew put this tournament together with female teams, and from the first game to the very last game, the only people who officiated that tournament were female officials. And to say it was a success is an understatement, because from there it gained a fair amount of media attention, and then we got a lot of recruitment from that, like girls who actually played in that tournament signed up to be officials. So of course, with the first year being a great success, we said, well, we'll do it again now. So we did it this past year, and again it's been a great success, and and it really gets basketball out there, and it really gets mentorships going between some of our senior female officials and the new junior female officials.
So what are some challenges or some, things that you've seen happened for the recruitment side of things?
Well, obviously, recruitment is an issue not just in basketball officiating, but it seems to be across the board in all officiating and in many different aspects of different careers, and we're facing the same thing. We have about 4,000 to 5,000 assignments a year to fill. Basketball don't take a break anymore like it did in the past. We go from September to September with high school ball, junior high level ball, men's league, women's league, club balls. We got Carl English's leagues. You put all that together, that's a lot of games to cover. And we only have about 100 registered officials. So we obviously need to bring that number up, because out of those 100, we have like 60 to 70 who referee regularly, but then there's a core group of about 25 that do a large portion of the games. And it's not sustainable to be able to continue at that pace. So what we're doing is we're trying to get this out there that basketball officiating is available to you. It's there, it's a lot of fun. You can make money at it. You can get a lot of great opportunities to referee in various leagues. You make lifelong friendships, you get to meet new people. And if playing basketball is behind you and those days are over, and you want to know, well, how do I get involved, or how do I stay involved in basketball because it's the game I love? Well, this is the perfect opportunity for you. You can get in, officiate, and still feel that adrenaline rush when you go into a gym full of people and step out onto the court and everybody's cheering and you're involved in that, and it's a great lot of fun.
So what's the reception that you've had, since you've been doing this? Because like you said, the community is growing and the passion seems to be there. So what reception have you got from the community from this?
Well, the reception that we get from a lot of people is that the officiating has gotten better over the past few years, and that's not a credit to me specifically. That's a credit.
Sure.
No, it's a credit to our whole team. I have a great executive that's a mixture of people who've started out within the past 20 years, and we have people on the executive who've been reffing since the beginning of Sarajevo's history, which was 50 years ago.
Wow.
So my past representative is Fred Wakeham. He's been officiating for 50 years. I have myself on there. Matthew Burke is on there. Brady Turner, who's an AUS level official and has refereed at nationals in various parts of this country. He's on the executive, which brings a lot of that high level experience there. We got Dave Ryan there, who is kind of like our community guy. He's out there. Everybody knows who Dave is in the gyms. So this mixture of people really allows us to get out there into the public and be involved. And so the reception's been great. And I think it comes down to a lot of the training that we're offering as the officials get better, which they are getting better. The level of officiating is better on the court. And this comes down to, we've brought in NBA officials to train our officials. We've had Karen Lasuk come in and train our officials, and she refereed at the Olympics. And then some of our local guys who referee AOS, we're all committed to education and making sure that our officials have the best tools to go out and do the best game possible.
So speaking about the officials and the recruitment process, is there any criteria or any qualifications that need to be had throughout the recruitment process? No experience needed. If you've never played basketball before, we'll take you, because we'll train you, right? We'll make sure that you're ready to go out there. All it takes is to go onto the NLBA website and go to the officiating section, and you'll see it become an official. Go in there, you sign up. The moment you sign up, there's a self-learning module that you get to read. You tell us when you have read that and you're comfortable to go out and try it, and we'll put you out and we'll try it, and we'll start you down at like the U10 age group, the U12 age group. We'll pair you with a seasoned official. And
you'll just go out and you'll just referee, and you'll do the best job that you can do. And from there, we'll bring you along and we'll help educate you. And a lot of the coaches at that level are understanding that we have new officials. And one of the programs that I brought in since I've come in is similar to the green sleeve initiative that hockey referees do.
Yes, yes.
What we've done is we have a new jersey that we now wear, but we now use the old jerseys that we have and we give those to the brand new officials, which then separates them from the seasoned officials so that everybody knows that person is a brand new official. Maybe we got to give them a break. So that's something that we put into place to try to protect our new officials.
And, you know, I know being a hockey fan and being that sort of thing, you know, you do see a lot of like, you know, some people in the crowds or even parents sometimes being a bit rowdy. So how do you deal with that, especially at your basketball games?
Yeah, for sure. Like there is a fair amount of that, and it does space out over all ages, and it don't just happen at the high school, junior high, elementary level. It happens in the men's and women's leagues too.
Right.
And what we try to tell people is that they have to scale back the criticism, because one of the hard things of getting officials out there is the fact that you sometimes take a fair amount of abuse when you're on the court. And the difference between hockey and basketball, I find, hockey officials get their abuse, don't get me wrong.
Seems like
but there's a barrier.
Yeah.
Right? When you're out on the ice, the boards are there, it's louder, and the fans are not on top of you. In basketball, you're standing right next to the people who are angry with you. They're literally, they could put their hand on you, they're that close. So you hear all of the personal insults that happen that you might not necessarily hear in other sports.
Yeah.
So what we tell people is, you know, you need to relax on the criticism. We understand that you're not going to like every call that we make, and we're not going to get every call right. Mistakes happen, we're only human. But you got to remember that some of these people are only 16, 17 years old. They do this because of their love for the game. It's great exercise, great to be involved. But by criticizing them and being harsh, don't help anybody.
No.
Trust me, when an official makes a mistake out there, they already know it.
Yeah.
And we've brought in mentorship programs where they're going to be told what mistakes they've made and how to fix them, and how to the next game you can improve upon it. But they're also going to be told about all the great things they do out there, because most of the stuff that we're doing out there is great for the game. And for fans and coaches to be extremely harsh is unnecessary. We don't need it in the game. We don't need to be harsh towards players and officials and coaches, and they don't need to be the same back to us. So we just ask for a mutual respect and go out, and we're all there for the right reasons. So let's work as a team and do it together.
Well, Bryan, thank you so much for being with us today. It sounds like a great opportunity, and we wish you all the success.
I appreciate it, Lori. Thanks for having me. And everybody get out and referee. It's great.
And we'll be right back after this short break.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
And welcome back. Tonight I have with me two very special guests who's going to be talking about the brand new film Party Pirate. So we have Luke and Ruth Lawrence with us this evening. Welcome, guys.
How are you?
Great to be here. Thanks, Lori.
Thanks. And so tell us a little bit about yourselves and I guess the movie and what inspired you to create it.
Well, I've been an actor for many years and recently started directing movies 4 or 5 years ago. This one was actually started out as a comedy piece that Luke did, and I went to a show, and afterwards, me and other people said to him, "This feels like it could be a movie."
Yeah.
I'll let you carry on from there. Tell the story.
Yeah, it was my first actual good joke I ever wrote. Yeah. It was my first actual piece setup, and I guess it became my closer.
Yeah.
But yeah, people were just like, "Yeah, this could be a movie." And then I pitched it to Vice. And then Vice wanted to make a TV show, and then I didn't really want to do a TV show because at the time I didn't know that TV pays more. So I was like really stuck on the idea, like, no, it's a movie. It's a movie.
Yeah.
That's what the original people. That's what everybody else told me at the beginning. But we ended up pitching it in a laneway to 15,
down by the ship.
Yeah, to like
Oh, no
15
way.
very powerful women who are dealing with entertainment, and I was just there, like, and just imagine that, just me, just like trying to.
Pretty intimidating.
Yeah, and then this woman that came out who doesn't like me came out in the background. I tried to like make it a lull in the story, and they kind of like everyone's kind of looking like, what happened? His confidence was lost for a second, only about 10 seconds, but it felt like eternity to me. But no, it was good. So and now this is what you see, is what you get. What you seen it last night. So.
Exactly. And I watched it last night, and that's something, because I've known Luke for many, many years, as I mentioned, and seeing this story, because it is kind of your personal life in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
It's all, most of the situations in the movie are based on real events. Some of them are like very small, and then they were exaggerated and stuff like that. Like even pinpointed down to like Joel's character, that was like, I never even met that guy. And then, but I told my buddy Kyle Lucy about him, and he was like, "You have to put that in the movie. He's got to be like the villain."
Yeah.
And then that's where we went from that. But everything else is pretty much sparked from real life, as you've seen, like the opening credits and stuff. Pretty much the opening credits.
Yeah.
The opening credits are actually, they're real. It's a real YouTube video that it starts with, because we're in the editing, I think, at that point, and we were trying to figure out, like, somehow we didn't have the grabber, like where we, really said, like, what is this movie about? And anyway, Luke and I were talking one day in your backyard, and Luke said, I wonder if we could use that moment after my accident when I say what's wrong with me, because really that is what I'm looking for in this movie, is like, what is wrong with me? How come I can't get to the places I want to get? And I went, maybe. So from the backyard, we called up Jenny, our producer, Jenny Hawley, and said, can we use that? It's already been done. She said, as long as we didn't shoot it for the movie, because it was an accident that happened to Luke. Very
funny,
tragic.
I watched that in real time, and I was like, oh my gosh. And even when I was watching, I was like, I saw this. This happened. This is real Luke.
We all thought he was dead when that car
You're
crashed.
lucky, buddy.
Yeah. And so anyway, Jenny said, well, it's a pre-existing video, so we can use it. We just have to sign it off. So we did. And it really was the most perfect. We could not have afforded to have a better jumping off point.
Yeah.
So that just shows right from the start, like, it says it's based on a true story, and it's based on many true stories all put together. And like Luke said, we took some creative license with some things for different reasons. But it holds together, and it's a laugh. It's been hard to market the movie, because we talk about what the movie's about, and you can't say, but it's funny. Or we feel like we can't say it, because we are dealing with some serious issues that people have, like there's a lot of examination of learning disabilities, and like that struggle to kind of express yourself and get ahead and set and achieve the goals that you really think that you can set in life. And that's really been a struggle. I've seen it a lot, certainly with both of us. And so it's hard to make that sound funny.
Yeah.
So often people say, they watch the trailer and go, doesn't look like a comedy. We go, we know. Just watch the movie, it's better.
Yeah. Thank God everyone likes it. Yeah, thank God people like it, man. I was worried.
So like you say, the character in the film is dealing with dyslexia and, of course, other learning disabilities. So how has that been able to bring that creative element of your personal life into your film?
The challenges of that was kind of intense, because I had to write this movie that I kind of just gave a pitch for, and I had to do it all with the challenges of doing it over computer, over Zoom. And I had you, and I had my friend Andy Kay, and I had got a lot of support help me out, thank God.
Like describing as Luke would talk.
Scribing as me talking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like Luke had written about half of the script, I think, and you got funding to finish it, right? You'd gone to the PEI Writers Boot Camp and written about half?
I had 15 pages written.
15?
Yeah,
Okay.
15 pages.
And all I know is that when he was in lockdown by himself with his cat Kush, he said, I am going to go crazy here. And I said, this is the perfect time to actually write that movie.
Yeah.
So that was what happened. And it didn't take long. It was like a course of a couple weeks, couple nights, a couple hours a night. We'd sit and I'd type, read it back, and Luke would go, no, that I said that wrong, or you notated it wrong, or whatever. We'd go back and fix it. And then by the time, like maybe 3 weeks later, we did a reading over Zoom so that he could hear it out loud. That works a lot better for you. And then he went, okay, now I know what I've got, and got some feedback, and then like kind of continued on from there.
And then Joel read it. No, Joel read it in person, right?
Yeah. Read
Joel
it over Zoom too, I think.
Was it over Zoom too? So pretty much Joel read that character, and I was like, oh, this is who it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so Joel read the character, and I'm sure you've seen Joel, how amazing he is in it. It's
so good.
I can't even comprehend, like, the talent that guy has is nuts. Like I was so thankful when Joel showed up and wanted to be a part of it. I was like, oh yeah, this movie's gonna be killer.
Yeah, this is a good time.
We're winning awards, for sure.
I know, and he went for it. Like, you know, that was what I was really impressed with, because we're both friends with Joel, and I thought, like, okay, there was a lot of things in that movie that I was like, you know, is he going to learn how to skateboard? Now he may have already known how, but I was like, is he going to skateboard in a pirate's outfit? Is he going to jump in the harbor? You know, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I was like, you know, is he going to go for this comedy? Because it was pretty, you know, there's parts that are kind of Bugs Bunny almost level cartoon.
Yeah.
So.
I love that element of it too. I won't give it away, but that part was surprising. You know, I won't give it away.
The animation?
The animation part of it. I wasn't expecting it, and that was a decent surprise because it just fits so well with the film.
Yeah. Some of that came about because of budgetary reasons, really, even though like it costs money to, you know, do that kind of animation, but we're so lucky in this community. We have amazing artists. Lynn Chris Manson, we pitched the idea to her. She'd made a claymation movie that was absolute, stop motion movie that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Luke saw it and we said, yeah, we got to get her. And she came on board. We were really lucky. Yeah, we got a lot of amazing talent. Chris McCrow, who is a VFX artist from here, from Newfoundland, who works in BC for
Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah, he works on big movies. And he did it, like, we approached him, we said, you know, this is what our budget is. He said, I want to be involved. So made a big difference.
Made with a bunch of favors.
I love it. No, it's always having good, you know, people in that industry to help out and stuff. So it's been out now for a few days. So what has the reception been, or the response been?
Well, it played here. It opened the Women's Film Festival, and that night, really, we knew, okay, we got a comedy on our hands, because you know, before that we'd been all watching it and going, I hope it's funny.
It wasn't even finished.
And it wasn't really finished. That's right.
It wasn't really finished.
We did have more work to do on it after that. We found out that night, but we did do that work. But and then we did a tour. So we got funding from Celebrate NL to do a Year of the Arts tour around the province, and that was actually another place where we found out, like, where real responses from people we didn't know were coming out. Like, Luke did some of those, I did most of them, I think. And people we didn't know came to see the movie, and when they'd laugh, we were like, okay, you know, it's great when our friends are there and they laugh and they come out and support us. We're so happy for that. But when people watch it and not only laugh, but people who would stay behind after and say, you know, I've never seen myself represented that way. I have ADHD, or I have this. Like, they would go through their learning disabilities, or even just the fact that they felt like an outsider and felt like, for lack of a better word, a loser, which is what Tommy in the film feels like. He's a loser, and how is he ever gonna, like, you know, meet his own expectations for himself when all these people around him are, like, you know, succeeding at the highest level. So it was really interesting for me, and people who would come up and say, I've always wanted to be a nurse. I never thought I could because I was dyslexic. Now I think I might actually have the courage to apply now. I'm like, you spent your life being a caretaker. We need you as a nurse. You should go and apply to be a nurse. So that kind of stuff, my God, that is so meaningful. You can only hope that your film is going to have that impact on people, and that was great. And they still get to enjoy it and have a laugh and don't feel, you know, insulted. One person, you know, in the feedback said, this is the first movie I've watched in a long time that I haven't cringed. And I went, oh, that really speaks to me.
I loved it. Like I watched it, and I like I said, I wasn't sure what to really expect because I've known Luke forever, and I was just like, I don't know, but it was well done. It was, like I said, the sense of humor, but also the realness of it. It was just amazing. So I'm encouraging everyone to watch.
Thank you.
Yes.
We hope people do watch, because there is, like, embedded in that story, there's lots of fun to be had, as you saw.
Yeah.
But embedded in that story are some real lessons, and I think it does speak to people. And that's probably, like, if people haven't figured it out, I am Luke's parent. So for me, I saw, from a distance, I didn't personally experience it, but from a distance, I could see those struggles his whole life. And as an adult, that struggle still continues.
Absolutely.
So I could see that, and I really wanted to represent the story as truthfully as I could, and also honor the laughter, the humor, because sometimes that's the only way you can get through the tough times.
That's right.
Is to find the humor in it.
So where can people watch the film?
So it's on Apple right now. You can rent it on Apple, and I think it should be on Amazon as of January 24th.
Okay.
Right? And I think there's other streamers that are going to come on, like they kind of roll it out. But Apple for sure right now, and we've been hearing from people who watch it on Apple.
Yeah, a lot of people I haven't expected to hear from. One of my friends that I didn't expect to hear from actually started sending me a video of him watching it with his kids. And I was like, I don't know if this is quite a kid's movie. It's not, so I was like, I hope she likes it.
Sounds PG, but it's not really.
It is a different part of me than you'll see on my social media, though. I think that movie represents a different part of me that you see anywhere else.
I got that. Yeah. But
so
it's
That's
great,
true.
and I can't wait for big things for you guys. And like I said, it was an amazing film. So thank you so much for being here and talking about the film. I'm so excited for you guys.
Thanks for letting us tell your viewers about it. We're really excited to get people out watching it. Like, it's been available, but now it's more widely available.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this short break.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's episode. First of all, I want to thank our guest who came on the show, Bryan Vaughan with the Official Basketball Association. So if you're interested in officiating, reach out to him. And don't forget to watch Party Pirate by Luke and Ruth Lawrence. Until next time, much love.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
We want to hear from you. Provide feedback on this show or find out how you can get involved. Call, email us, or scan the QR code to take our quick survey.
Where will you win?
The opening tip. And here is Prince.
Vicious slam. Canada, the NBA title is yours.
As we welcome a new era, where will you hear the story?
Right to the rim with a slam dunk.
Catch the highlights. Dive into takes.
It spins.
Where will you be when? Right here. Raptors basketball. Nothing but Sportsnet.
I was born and raised in Musqueam First Nation territory by my mother, who spoke Hunkaminam to me. As a child, I ceased using my mother tongue, as to use any language other than English was considered not being Canadian, so I was told. The old people came to me in a dream and reminded me of who I am and where I come from. I have reawakened. My roots are strong, and I'm no longer a silent speaker. My language tells me where I am from. It defines me and guides me to teach others to learn and understand our culture and traditions. A gift for those in the present and the unborn generations. What was lost is found. What was asleep has awakened. My blood is here, and I am complete. I have returned home.
This fall on Rogers TV, we'll be airing your RNC Compassion in Action.